Hi guys, welcome back to Geeks Wargaming and welcome to the latest video in my Road to 30k series. At the end of the last video you saw that I was going off to paint my glaive. Well, it's now done, it's finished, it's in the colours of the 13th and ready to go to war. The kit itself from Forge World, not too bad to put together, slight couple of little issues. I mean, it wobbles like my Spartan does, but hey, you know, it's a feature of my army. My big tanks have to wobble apparently. Here as well, this bit was a bit of a pain to get in. I didn't have to use any green stuff, which is good, but that was this section here that slots in was a little bit of a pain. But it's fully painted up. Quite happy with how this turned out. Quite happy with the burn mark on the beam weapon. I've gone for white on the front and the back as well. The upgrade doors from Forge World are on it as well. So overall, yeah, it's a beast, to be honest. It really, really is. So I've got Ultramar on here with some couple of transfers on, and then the doors again. Quite happy. I have to admit, I'm just to pop this bit off. I'm quite happy with this. I really like this paint scheme, but how it turned out with the silver and the gold piping on there. So yeah, you know what? It was a good kit to put together. It was a big old kit to put together. It took me a while, but finally I'm there. It is now done. One of the things I am going to do, which I don't normally do with these videos, I'm actually going to go through the rules of this tank, because it's a tank that you can't take in 40k at the moment, only in 30k. So I thought I'd go through the rules for the Legion Glaive super heavy tank. It's 625 points. It is not cheap at all. It's ballistic skill 4. It's a marine tank. Its front armor's 14, side 13, rear 12, hull points 12. It's a Lord of War, so it's going to have a lot of hull points. But 12 hull points, man, that's big. Super heavy vehicle, obviously. It's got a turret mounted Volkite carronade, 2 sponson mounted quad las cannons, so obviously these. Hull mounted twin linked bolters, which are in here. It's got a searchlight and it's got some smoke launchers on it as well. So that's the basic kit. So what does the Volkite carronade do? So it's basically a beam weapon. So the beam will fire out of here across the board. It's 48-inch range, strength 8, AP 2. Now, it ignores cover for starters. It's heavy beam, it defrag relates, and it's got haywire in there as well. So the heavy beam, you draw a 1 inch wide, so 1 inch wide line from this all the way down the 48 inches. All models, enemy and friendly, caught in the beam area suffer a hit with the listed profile of the weapon. So that's the strength AP2. Ouch. Except zooming flyers, swooping monstrous creatures, and flying gargantuan creatures that cannot be affected by the targeting. Units struck receive a number of hits equal to the number of models caught in the path of the beam. Casualties are removed, and effective units use normal rules for removing casualties. So if I go over a squad and catch 5 of them, that's 5 wounds. Catch more, that's more, less, yeah. So that's quite good. If a beam weapon strikes a super heavy vehicle, gargantuan creature, or a large intact building or fortification, the beam stops. It's blocked. The target, however, suffers 1 plus D3 separate hits rather than just 1. So it gets blocked by the big buildings and any super heavies. But if you don't, it just goes the full 48 inches. So ruins and things like that just do not stop it. If a vehicle transporting model suffers a penetrating hit from the Volkite carronade, the occupants inside suffer D6 strength 4 AP-hit with a defagorate special rule. So every time you do a wound, you get an extra wound. In addition to any other effects, casualties assigned by the controlling player. It's a beast of a tank. It is 625 points. I need a 3,000 point game really to get this in, and I am planning to get one on the channel quite soon because I really want to get this guy into the fray and in action. I said it was fun to paint, it was fun to build, minus the odd times that I almost threw it up the garden because it was slightly annoying. So yeah, its weapon is nasty. 12 hull points as well. But with 8th edition coming along, and 8th edition will be affecting Horus Heresy at some point, how many wounds is it going to get? 25, 30. A knight's going to have 20. That's going to be a lot of wounds for one of these guys. How will the defragulate weapon? How the Volkite weapon work? They got a lot of rewriting to do with the rules on 30k, and 8th edition drop in. I can't see it impacting Horus Heresy for a little while just yet. So I want to get a couple of games in under the old rules of this bad boy before, hopefully, they don't ruin it with 8th edition. So what I've been painting up. So one of the things that I've been painting is another quad mortar. So that's 3 of these that I've got now. I don't know if you're going to see many of these in, all 3 of them in battle reports. So 3 is a little bit cheesy when you take Phosphex as well. The idea behind a third one is for the GT. Basically, I'm going to go into the GT with 3 quad mortars, all with Phosphex, and hopefully lay waste to troops and vehicles with shatter shells. Don't hate me, internet, for doing a third one of these. I think you might see these in bigger games, so like 3,000 points. I might take all 3 with Phosphex as well. I know it's broken. Again, 8th. What's he going to do with Phosphex? I'm not sure. But yeah, so I've got 3 of these ready for the tournament, and I'm looking forward to getting these guys in. They are painted up exactly the same. I've kept the heads the same as well. I haven't done any swapping around this time. Transfers are on as well. So this guy's the spotter with the scanner. And then obviously the quad mortar itself, all transfers on. It's ready to go into battle, and all 3 of these in their little unit will hopefully do me quite well in the GT. Now, one of the things I've also been painting up, the boarding squad for my Ultramarines. So I've got 10 of these guys to do. Obviously you get the plastic Mark IV armour, and then you get the upgrade kits, and in here there are 4 swords and a Legatine axe. And then obviously all with their boarding shields as well. Now I have painted up 2 of these, and I'm going to show you them now. So here we go. This is my boarding squad. Now I've gone quite fluffy with these. Now there's a reason why. In 30k, red helms are not markings of the sergeant. They are a mark of dishonour in the Ultramarine. So anybody who's brought the Legion into disrepute or done something that Rabute Guilliman himself does not appreciate is marked for censure and given the red helm of dishonour. And then during Kelth, the red helm becomes a mark of honour. And if you ever listen to the audiobooks, Red Mark and things like that, there's a squad of them that have been put together by one guy in particular. And they go out and do special missions for Rabute Guilliman. So I am doing all of my boarding shields squad with red helmets. They are going to be my red marks. They are all going to be with their swords. One guy will have a Legatine axe just because, damn, they're so good. I might even do 2 Legatine axes if the rules allow me. But I think they're going to look cool. These are a troop choice. I think that when I've got all 10 done, and they are all marked up with their red helms, I think they're going to look really cool. Standing next to a normal tactical squad with their normal blue helms, I think they're going to stand out. Really fluffy. I love the story of the red marks, and that's what I've decided to do with this Breacher squad. So yeah, so that is what I'm now painting up. That is the next thing. So once these guys are done, I will do another video, and then it'll probably be time to move on to the Reaver Titan. Wow, that's a scary prospect, but you know, it's got to be done at some point. I can't put it off forever. So guys, what do you think to my glaive? Please leave me a comment. What do you think to the look of it? What do you think to the idea of doing these red helms, these red marked Ultramarines? I think they stand out. I think they look really cool. The shields, the details on these shields are so cool. And yeah, I'm really happy with these. So I decided to paint some of these up while doing my quad mortar at the same time, just to do a test really. And this was the first one, and then the other guy down here was the second. And yeah, I'm really, really, really happy with these. I think these look ace. But I would, because I love Ultramarines and I love the fluff. So please leave us a comment. What do you think to the red helms? What do you think to the glaive? Don't slag me off too much for doing a third quad mortar with Phosphex. Please, it is for tournaments. Please leave us a like. It does help out the channel. And as always, we'll see you on the next one.